Namaste and welcome to this episode of Great Minds, Great Quotes. And the subject is one of our favorites, heaven. The first one is by Robert Browning. A man's reach should exceed his grasp, or what's a heaven for? In other words, a man's reach should exceed his grasp. In other words, even if he has not grasped it, even if he does not hold it, does not own it, does not understand it, but reaching out beyond what you know, beyond what you can understand. So this striving for movement further, up and deeper, that is what the message is. And that is the process of approaching or moving into direction of bliss or heaven. A man's reach should always exceed his grasp, or what's a heaven for? Gautam Buddha said, heaven and hell are imaginary creations of ignorant minds. Now he cancels all the notion of heaven and hell. We all talk about it, we think about it, we discuss the subject, we make guesses, we imagine heaven, what is heaven. But he says, Gautam Buddha says, heaven and hell are imaginary creations of ignorant minds. The suggestion here, I understand, is heaven and hell are your ideas. And your ideas are created by you. You conceive something that if I was free of problems, if I had everything I wanted, that would be something like heaven. Someone else imagines, if I am at peace with myself, my mind is calm and quiet, there is no conflict in society around me, that must be heaven. On the other hand, some people imagine that right now I am suffering, I don't have enough of everything, but when I reach heaven, I will have plenty of everything. Whatever I want, I can fulfill my desires. That's another way to look at it. But in either case, it is imaginary. Same as the opposite of heaven, hell. You sometimes compare, if you are in deep agony, you are unhappy, you are sad, a tragedy has occurred, you say, this is like hell. Or you say that if I go to that place and that situation, there is like hell. So either around you or around there, you imagine hell or heaven. So Buddha's message is, deal with this distinction yourself. It is your creation, your state of mind, and your state of being. Hence, heaven and hell are imaginary creations of ignorant minds. This is a funny one by Jean-Paul Sartre. Sartre, that's the person who is saying this, Sartre, arriving in heaven, says to God, this is not what I expected. God says, what did you expect? Sartre, nothing. So this idea of expectation, imagination about heaven is futile. So he goes to heaven and says, this is not what I expected. God says, what did you expect? Sartre, nothing. Because if there was something, that something can make you happy or unhappy. And therefore that defies the concept of heaven. So that nothingness is what Jean-Paul Sartre thought heaven would look like. But when he found things, he's not too happy. The last one is by Dante. The heavens call to you and circle about you, displaying to you their eternal splendor, and your eyes gaze only on earth. So this has dual meaning, that your eyes, your attention is fixed on earth, and you don't really care about heaven, because you think heaven is on earth, or we can create heaven on earth. So that is one way to look at it. The other is, the heavens call you, which means away from the earth, different from the earth. The heavens call you and circle about you, displaying to you their eternal splendor. Displaying to you their eternal splendor. And you gaze only on the earth. So here the distinction is that the earth is like a ground that's lower, whereas there is a higher level, heaven, which is calling upon you, but you are too attached to where you are. So there are two different opposite perspectives to understand this quotation. The heavens call to you and circle about you, displaying to you their eternal splendor, and your eyes gaze only on earth. Thank you for watching and listening, and we'll meet again soon.